वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। You can read the first mantra. You can repeat. Paranchikani vyatranat swayambhuh
परांचिखानि व्यतृणत् स्वयंभूः
तस्मात् परां पश्यति नान्तरात्मन्
तस्मात् परां पश्यति नान्तरात्मन्
कश्चिद्धीरः प्रत्यहात्मानमैक्षत्
कश्चित् धीरः प्रत्यगात्मानमैक्षत्
आवृत्तचक्षुः अमृतत्वमिच्छन्
आवृतचक्षुः अमृतत्वमिच्छन्।
Yes, in the mantra, we are reading the Bhashyam. You can read. Paranchi
Paranchi
Paragachanti Parag Anchanti Gachanti iti
Parang Anchanti Gachanti
Kani
Kani
Tadupalakshitani
Tadupalakshitani
Shotradini Indriyani
Shotradini Indriyani
Kani iti uchyante
Kani iti uchyante
Tani Parancheva Shabdadi Vishaya Prakashanaya Pravartante
शब्दादि विषय प्रकाशनाय प्रवर्तन्ते
वर्तन्ते
यस्माद्येवम्
स्मात् एवं
स्वाभाविकानि तानि
स्वाभाविकानि तानि
वितृणत्
वितृणत्
हिंसितवान् हननं कृतवान् इत्यर्थः।
हिंसितवान् हननं कृतवान् इत्यर्थः।
कोऽसौ
कोऽसौ
स्वयंभूः
स्वयंभूः
परमेश्वरः
परमेश्वरः
स्वयमेव स्वतन्त्रः भवति
स्वयं एव स्वतन्त्रः भवति
सर्वदा न परतन्त्रः इति।
सर्वदा न परतन्त्रः इति।
I think we have read the next line also. Next line also we have seen, no?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
Tasmat parang
तस्मात् परां
paragrupān
परारूपान्
anatmabhutān
भूतान्
शब्दादीन् पश्यति
शब्दादीन् पश्यति
उपलभते
उपलभते
उपलब्धा
उपलब्धा
न अन्तरात्मन्
न अन्तरात्मन्
अन्तरात्मानम् इत्यर्थः।
न अन्तरात्मन् इत्यर्थः।
अंतरात्मानम इत्यर्थः। अंतरात्मन is equal to अंतरात्मानम. अंतरात्मन is प्रातिपदिकम. अंतरात्मानम is द्वितीया विभक्ति. आत्मानम न पश्यति इत्यर्थः. The mantra अंतरात्मन is the परांचिकानि वितृणत् स्वयंभूः ईश्वरः परमेश्वरः कानि इंद्रियानि परांचि making them outgoing. Vitrnat, himsitavan, ananam kratavan. He destroyed, as though destroyed. By making the sense organs going outward, Parameshwara, as though he destroyed the jiva. Not literally, it is a figurative way of saying. Vitrnat. Tasma, therefore, because the natural tendency of the sense organs is outgoing, extrovertedness, therefore parak pashyati, therefore he always sees outside. Antaratman na pashyati, antaratman, the atma antaha is inside, within means not physically within. Atma is Atma. What is there is only Atma. Atma doesn't see. He sees only the Anatma, the Namarupa, carried over by Namarupa, which are in the form of external sense objects. It doesn't see the substance of it, the satta of the thing. The satta, the Paramarthika satta, which is Atma, which is the adhisthana of everything that he doesn't see. Antaratman na pashyati. Antaratman is equal to Antaratmanam. Bhashyakara argues Antaratmanam na pashyati. Na upalabhate. Kaha upalabdha. Upalabdha, the person. Upalabdha na upalabhate. Pashyati is equal to upalabhate. Pashyati upalabdha. Therefore, Kaschit Dhiraha, but Kaschit Dhiraha Pratyaha Atmanam Aikshukta Avrutta Chakshahu Amrutatvam Icchan. There is some Viveki who has got this Avrutta Chakshahu, whose Chakshu is Indriya, stands for the Indriyas, who have withdrawn the Indriyas, who has got the Shama, Dama, Amrtatvam Icchan, desiring Amrtatvam. That is a mumukshu. Being a mumukshu who has withdrawn from the external world, that is from Anatma Prapancha, who is committed to knowing himself, who is committed to gain freedom, which is not in Arthakama pursuit. Therefore, he is a mumukshu, Shreyorti, mumukshu, Pratyekatmanam Aikshat. He discovered Pratyekatma. Aikshat past tense. There is no past tense. It's not that only people in the past they discover or they had the privilege to discover. There is no kala with respect to knowing the fact. So Aikshata is, Upanishad uses Aikshata, Bhashyakara will say Aikshata, Aichata, Pratyeka Aichata is Ichati iti, he will use the Latlakara form that we will be seeing the coming Bhashyam. So up to this line we saw. Now the next line. From the next line we will read. Evam swabhave sati, swabhave api sati,
एवं
एवं
स्वभावे अपि
स्वभावे अपि
सति
सति
lokasya
लोकस्य
लोकस्य
kaschit
कश्चित्
कश्चित्
nadyaha
नद्याः
नद्याः
pratisrotah pravartanam iva
प्रतिपुत्रोत्प्रवर्तनम् इव
धीरः धीमान् विवेकी
धीरः
धीरः
धीमान्
धीमान्
विवेकी
विवेकी
प्रत्यगात्मानं
प्रत्यगात्मानं
प्रत्यक्ष असौ आत्मा च इति प्रत्यगात्मा
प्रत्यक्ष
असौ आत्मा च इति प्रत्यगात्मा
Okay, see this line. स्वयंभूः ईश्वरः परमेश्वरः स्वतन्त्रः सर्वदा स्वतन्त्रः कदापि न परतन्त्रः भवति सः हिंसितवान् कथं by making the kani, the indriyani paranchi iti. But paranchi, that kani is only for shabdadin vishaya prakashanaya. Shabdadi vishaya prakashanaya eva pravartante. Therefore, the swabhava, the natural tendency of the sense organs is its extrovertedness, outgoing. That is how it is created. That is how it is. Because you have to deal with this, the prapancha. So, therefore, to know an object which is made up of this pancha, mahabhuta, the sense organ also is made up of the same. Therefore, the sense organs and the sense objects have to deal with each other to gain the knowledge of the object, not only for enjoyment, even for knowledge. Only when knowledge is gained, then only enjoyment comes. So, therefore, evam swabhave api, this being the swabhava, swabhave api sati lokasya, that is jananam, that is for the people. Swabhave api, this is always is there as its swabhava. What? This dependency on the external world. Sense organs dependency on the sense objects. Evam swabhave sati lokasya jananam. This is the nature of the people of the world. Api sati saptami, even though. Api sati, api is even though this being the nature of the people, even when this being the nature of the people of the world, kaschit, Kaschit Dhiraha Pratyekatmanam Aikshat, which is there in the mantra. So for Kaschit, Bhagavad gives an example. Kaschit Nadyaha Pratisrotah Pravartanam Iva. Pravartanam, flowing of what? The river. Nadyaha Srotaha. Srotas Shabda, Sakaranta Shabda, Srotas. So Nadya, the flow of the river, the downstream flow of the river, that is Srotaha. Pratisrotaha is upstream, against the stream, in the opposite direction. The natural tendency of the river, is its downstream, that is, the river flows finding its own level. From the source, the river flows finding its own level ultimately to the sea. That is how the river flows naturally. Nadyaha Srotaha, but here Pratisrotah Pravartanam Iva, as though a river turns its direction towards its own source. That is upstream, against the stream. It goes against the stream. River changing its direction, Pratisrotaha Pravartanam Iva. Pravartanam is the flowing. Pravartanam, the flowing, the turning of the river against its natural current, the tendency, which is going away from the source. From the source, it goes away and finally merging with the sea. Now, turning back to its own source, that is Pratisrotaha. Pratisrotah Pravartanam, one word. So, a river which will be flowing in a given direction, now turning back to its source. It will be a very difficult job. It is not easy. It doesn't happen naturally. Natural thing is, it flows away from the source. A river never flows towards its source. It is not natural. Similarly, Kaschit Dhiraha. Like that, Dhiraha, some Dhiraha, Kaschit Dhiraha, Dhiman, which is Viveki, Dhiraha, Dhiman, Viveki, all mean the same. Viveki, discriminative person. Viveki, Pratyak Atmanam. Similarly, Kaschit Dhiraha, the person who has this Viveka, the intelligence, Vivekaha Asya Asti, iti Viveki, who has the ability to analyze the experiences of the world, experiences the world gives, and therefore he can make an attempt to withdraw from the external world and go inside towards oneself. He has got that ability. Therefore, Pratyak Atmanam. Pratyak Atmanam Aikshata. Aikshata we have to supply. Pratyak Atmanam Aikshata. He saw, he discovered. Kaschit Dhiraha. Some Viveki. Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan Brahmanaha Nirvedam Ayat. So, he Pariksha Lokan, having examined the Loka, now he has got Vairagya and it's a Viveki. He has the Viveka, Atmanatma Viveki. Therefore, he has withdrawn from the external prapancha, the world. He has withdrawn from being a Artharthi or Kamarthi. Now, he turned himself towards himself. Pratyakatmanam Aikshata, he discovered. Pratyak Atma. Pratyakcha asal Atma cha Pratyakatma. Atma, which is Pratyak. Pratyak means inside. Pratyak means inner, inside. Atma is inside. That which is inner and that which is Atma is called Pratyakatma. So inner means not literally inner. Inner means Adhisthana. This Namarupa is only Mithya. The Namarupa is only in the Vyavahara Prapancha, the Loka. Namarupa being Mithya. The substance, the content is Atma only. Therefore, Pratyak. Because the sense objects can see only Nama Rupa. Therefore, with reference to Nama Rupa, Atma is Pratyak. It doesn't mean the Atma is inside the Panchakosha. So you have to peel off each Panchakosha to discover the inner Atma. It is not like that. With reference to the Namarupa Panchakosha, Atma is as though located inside. Panchakosha is nothing but Atma. Panchakosha is Atma, but Atma is not the Panchakosha. Shariram is Atma. This Annamaya, Shariram is Atma. But Atma is not this Shariram. So Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, all the koshas are Atma, but Atma is not any one of them. It being the Adhisthana, therefore Pratyak. Like the same example, pot and clay. Clay is Pratyak with respect to pot. Minus clay, the pot doesn't exist. Therefore, Pratyak means Adhisthana. Pratyakcha asuk Atmacha. What is there is only Atma, Ishvara, Bhagavan alone. That is Pratyekatma. So the expression Pratyekatma to be understood. Many times we have used this translated as inner self, but the word inner is within the single quote. So it is not literally inner, it means it is Adhisthana. Adhisthana Atma. Pratyekatmanam Aikshata, discovered. Continuing, the next line we can read. Pratich eva Atma Shabdaha.
प्रति
प्रति
एव
एव आत्मा
आत्मशब्दः
शब्दः
Pratichi eva Atma Shabdaha. Pratichi. Rudaha loke.
रूढः
रूढः
लोके
लोके
Na anyasmin.
न अन्यस्मिन्
Vyutpatti pakshe api.
विपक्षे अपि
पक्षे अपि
Tatraiva Atma Shabdaha Vartate.
तत्रैव
तत्रैव
आत्मा शब्दः
आत्मशब्दः
वर्तते
वर्तते.
Yes. So Pratichi eva Atma Shabdaha Rudaha Loke. The meaning of the word Atma Shabda, Bhashyakara says, it is Rudaha. Loke Rudaha. Rudaha iti. Bhashyakara is going to give the Vyutpatti of the word, the Atma. So, in the Loke, in the world, the word Atma is understood. The Atma is understood as Pratyak eva Atma Shabdaha iti. Iti Rudaha Loke. The word Atma, Rudaha means it is known very well, popularly understood. Rudaha, Rudi Artaha. Conventional meaning, the popular meaning, the well-known meaning of the word Atma is Pratichi iti. People in the Loka, it is known. Na anyasmin, not in any other sense. Atma is known in the sense that it is the sense, it is the inner content. It is inner, the content, inner content. It means it is what it is. It is iti loke. It is known. It is known like that. So the word pratichi is Saptami Vibhakti. The Atma is known in the world popularly as the essence of the thing, the essence of the person, inner content. Vyutpatti pakshe api. Even from the standpoint of vyutpatti. Vyutpatti is the etymology, the derivation of the word atma from its prakriti, that is dhatu. From the dhatu, by adding the pratyaya, from that standpoint, vyutpatti, derivation standpoint, vyutpatti pakshe api, atma shabdaha pravartate. The word atma is used in that sense also. So the meaning of the word atma, both in rudi artha as well as vyutpatti artha, with vyutpatti artha, it is known. It is known in the world. So atma is known as that which is inner self. That is rudi. And vyutpatti pakshe api, even from the etymological standpoint, also the word atma is used. So there are two types a word can be. A word can be of two types. One is rudi artha. Rudi artha is the word is there, naturally there in the language, which is not derived from any dhatu. Rudaha. These are rudaha shabdaha, rudyartha shabdaha. Other shabda is yogika shabda. That is, those are derived. It has got the derivation. So rudyartha is the known meaning, the popular meaning. That the meaning is known and it doesn't need any derivation. No derivation is there. Without derivation, there are many words like that. Pataha, mataha, gataha. All these are the known words. Rudyartha. So this is the meaning. So we don't have to bother about the dhatu and the pratyaya and all. The word is known popularly in the world. Another type of word is knowing its vyutpatti. Yogika arthaha. Yogika arthaha. That is, you need to break the word into its constituents. What is the prakriti? If it is a shabda, then what is a pratipadikam? If it is a kriya padam, or if it is a word, what is dhatu? Any word, if you take, even if it is a pratipadikam, it is derived from a dhatu only. Dhatu will be there. Dhatu is the moola for everything. So what is the dhatu? How the dhatu is converted to a pratipadikam? What pratyaya is added? In what sense the pratyaya is added? It is karani vyutpatti or karma vyutpatti, karta vyutpatti. All those things, analysis can be done. For that, we need to have the knowledge of Samskrita Vyakaranam. So breaking the word into its components, prakriti, pratyaya, and knowing, that is yogikartaha. Etymological derivation, etymological meaning of the word known from the derivation of the word. There are many words like that. For example, if you take the word padapaha, padapa. Padapa means, pada means feet. Pa means to drink. That which drinks by feet, that's called padapa. What drinks? Vrikshaha. Padena pibati. Vriksha doesn't have hand to take water and drink. It drinks through its pada. What are its pada? The roots are the pada. Through the roots, a tree takes in water. So the roots are the pada through which it drinks. Therefore, padapaha. Padena pibati iti padapaha vrikshaha. Even the word vriksha also, that is from the vrash dhatu, which means that which can be fell, which can be cut. Therefore, vrikshaha. Similarly, the word kaha, not kaha, kaha. That word is derived from the kha means akasha. Gam stands for the kriya gam, gacchati. Ke gacchati iti kha. Ke is akasha. Akashe gacchati. What goes in the akasha flies in the akasha. Ke gacchati dayate iti khala. So it means bird, a pakshi. Even the word pakshi also, if you take, why it is called pakshi? Because pakshaus taha, it has got paksha, it has got feathers. Therefore, it's called pakshi. So, like that, the words can be derived. This is root. This is yogikarta. So, the derivation from the prakriti and the pratyaya. So, therefore, a word can have this meaning, rudyartha and vyutpatti artha. So, here Bhashyakara says, the word Atma, Atma Shabdaha, Rudaha, it is popularly known in the world. Pratichi, in the sense of, Pratichi means here, Pratichi Arte, in the sense of the inner, the substance, the inner substance. In the sense of the inner content, the word Atma is Rudaha, popularly known in the world. Na anyasmin, not any other sense. So the word Atma is used as Pratyak in the world. But we know what Pratyak is. Inner means not physically inner. Inner means, since it is Rudartha, Rudyartha, therefore what it means, Pratyak means that which is a substance of everything, without which nothing exists. It is the Adhara, it is the Adhisthana. So popularly the word Atma is used in that sense. Vyutpatti pakshe api, even from the standpoint of etymology, Tatrayeva, there alone, Atma Shabdaha pravartate. Even from the standpoint of its etymology, the word Atma Shabda is used. So, from the etymological standpoint, the word Atma is used. In what sense? Used the same sense, used in the sense of that inner self. Tatra eva. Even in that meaning, that is in the meaning of Pratichi, the word Atma Shabda is used from the standpoint of Vyutpatti Paksha. Vyutpatti Pakshe api tatraiva. Tatraiva means Pratichi arte eva Atma Shabdaha pravartate, vartate. The word Atma Shabda is used even in the sense of the inner content from the standpoint of the etymology. The word Atma is used. That is why Atma is Pratyekatma. Pratyak means inside, Parak means outside. We have seen that before. So Pratyak, Parak. So the word Pratyak, Rudyartha and Yogikartha, which means that the word Atma, which is Pratyak, it is used. And also the Pratyak means it also conveys another thing. It is, since it is the inner self, that is the substance of, it is the truth. Therefore, it is not objectifiable. It is not objectifiable. Nama Rupa Prapancha is objectifiable, but that which is the Adhisthana of that is not objectifiable for that which can objectify Nama Rupa. Sense organs can objectify Nama Rupa Prapancha. Therefore, it is not available for sense organs. Therefore, Pratyak iti. Therefore, Pratyak. So, therefore, the word Pratyak, meaning Atma, is used. Now, Bhashyakara, he quotes from the Smriti in what are all the ways the word Atma is derived. Therefore, what are the meanings Atma can give? We will read that, the next one. The next one, there is a typo is there. So, you can correct that. Yachapnoti yada datte.
Yachapnoti yada datte.
Yachati vishayaniha.
Yachati
Vishayaniha.
Yachasya santato bhavaha.
Yachasya santato bhavaha.
Tasmadatmeti kirtyate.
Tasmadatmeti kirtyate.
it is this quote from the Linga Purana. Bhashyakara quotes from the Linga Purana. So given the Vyutpatti of the word Atma, Vyutpatti of the word Atma, how the word Atma is derived. The word Atma is derived by adding the pratyaya, manin pratyaya. Manin, the content of manin pratyaya is man. Nakara is it, and the e also it. So man pratyaya added to the dhatu at. At dhatoho manin pratyaya. Then you get Atma. That at dhatu will become at. At plus man, Atman, Nakarantaha, Pullingaha, Atman Shabdaha. That's how we get Atman, Atma, Atmano, Atmanaha, declension. Atman Pratipadika, then Nakaranta Shabda, declension. At Dhatu with Manin Pratyaya, that Manin Pratyaya is Unadi. From the Unadi Sutra, you can know this Pratyaya, Manin Pratyaya. So when you add the Manin Pratyaya, the Prakriti At become At. So Atman we get. This is how the word Atman is derived. Now, Bhashyakara, he quotes from the Linga Purana and says how the word is derived and what are the meanings. So the Atma, the word is derived from the root At only. Now, Bhashyakara gives the Vyutpatti Artha. That quoting from the Linga Purana. Yachapnoti. The first one is apnoti. Apnoti. Yeah, the Bhashyakara takes the dhatu as the smriti. The smriti takes the dhatu ap. It gives the meaning from the ap dhatu. Why atma? Why it is called atma? Because apnoti. It is apnoti. Ap plus manin. Ap plus manin pratyaya. Yat cha apnoti. Apnoti vyapnoti. That which pervades everything. Yat apnoti. Yataha yat apnoti. Tasmat tat atma iti kirtyati. That is why it's called atma. Because atma pervades everything. Atma is sarva vyapi. Sarvagataha. Everything is atma. There is nothing other than Atma. In fact, Anatma also reduces to Atma only. There is nothing Anatma. Anatma being Namarupa, which is Mithya. What is there is only Atma. Therefore, Atma pervades everything. Therefore, Apnoti, Apdhatu. From the Dhatu, Apnoti, the meaning is pervading. So, Atma is that, the Satchit Ananda Atma, which pervades everything. Therefore, Atma, from the Dhatu, Ap. Dhatu. The second one is Yadadatte, Yat Adatte. Dadatu. Dadatu. Dadatu with A upasarga. The same manin pratyaya. Third conjugation. Da. Dadatu with with A upasarga, manin pratyaya. Da means to give. Ada means to observe. To observe everything. Absorption. A, da, manin. A, upasarga plus da dhatu plus manin. Ada. So from that you get the word Atma. The Atma, because it observes everything, therefore, tasmat Atma iti kirtyate. Atma observes everything. When? Pralaya kale. Pralaya kale, at the time of resolution, everything is observed back to Atma. With reference to this Maya Upadhi, Atma is the Laya Karanam Brahma. Upadhi, Drishtya, Atma is the Laya Karanam. Atma is neither the Karanam nor the Karya. But with reference to Upadhi Drishtya, Shariram is there. Therefore, from the standpoint of Shariram, Atma is as though born. Atma is as though From the Atma, the Shariram has come. From the Atma to the Atma, the Shariram goes back as though. So similarly, that because of the Sharira Upadhi. Similarly, Maya Upadhi, Upadhi, Maya Upadhi. The Atma is the Karanam, Laya Karanam. So, Adatte, Yat Adatte, Yachadatte, Tasmat Atma iti Kirtyate. Therefore, it is known, Atma. That is this Pratyak Atma, which is the Adhisthana of everything, and everything, everything, it's Namarupa Prapancha, it is Adhyastha on this Pratyak Atma, and they resolve back into the Adhisthana, Pratyak Atma, Adatte, Yat Adatte, that which absorbs everything. What? Atma. Therefore, Atma iti Kirtyate. This is another Vyutpatti. First one is Apnoti, Vyapnoti, Sarvam iti Atma. Second one is Adatte, Sarvam Pralekale iti Atma. Now the third one is Echati, Atdatu, Addatu, Adane, Bhakshane, Addatu. First dhatu of the second gana, Adadi gana. The dhatu is Ad. Adding manin pratyaya, you get Atma. At is to eat. Eating need not be physically, literally eating. Eating means that which experiences. Experiencing the karmapala is eating. Experience of karmapala is eating, enjoying. So, Ad means to eat, which means to enjoy, to experience, to enjoy. That is the meaning. So, Atma with this Sukshma Sharira Upadhi, it enjoys everything. Atma really doesn't enjoy, but with the Sukshma Sharira Upadhi, Atma as though enjoys everything. The Jiva has taken the Sharira because the Jiva has got Karma Pala. The Karma Pala that Jiva has to enjoy. It does Karma and therefore it has to enjoy the Karma Pala, whether it is Papam or Punyam. It has to enjoy, undergo the experience. So, Atti, Karma Palam Atti. Therefore, Atma iti. So, Sukshma Sharira Upadhi, Atma with the Sukshma Sharira Upadhi. Sukshma Sharira Upadhi experiences because it has got all the Pancha Indriya, Jnana Indriya, Karma Indriya. We know that it is Bhoga Sadhanam iti. In Tattvavada we saw Apanchikrita Pancha Mahabhutani Kritam Bhoga Sadhanam. So, which is the means for enjoyment. Therefore, it enjoys. The Jivatma enjoys. Therefore, Atma is called. Therefore, Atma is called. Because it enjoys, it is called Atma. Atti iti Atma. Atti iti the Atma. What Vishayaniha? Atti, Vishayan Atti. It enjoys the objects of the world. Therefore, Tasmat Atma iti Kirtyate. Therefore, it is known by the word Atma. It is called Atma because it experiences everything. It enjoys everything. Papa Punya. Then the fourth one is Echasya Santataha. Santataha Bhavaha. Santataha Bhavaha. That which continues to be. Santataha Bhavaha. Bhavaha is the existence. That Sat, Chit, Atma, that Sat, that existence. Santataha Bhavaha. That which exists, that which is not subject to time. It is not subject to time, therefore it doesn't have birth, it doesn't have death, therefore it doesn't come and go. And it is Nityaha, therefore doesn't change, Avinashi. That is Santataha Bhavaha. Santataha Bhavaha Tasmat Atma iti Kirtyate. So, therefore, by the four way, the word Atma Shabda is derived. Vyutpatti. Therefore, Atma, therefore Atma. Then iti Atma Shabda Vyutpatti Smaranat. In this way, in this manner, the word Atma Vyutpatti Smaranat. Smritau Pratipadanat. In this way, the word, the Atma, that is the mentioning of the word Atma, how it is derived in the Linga Puranam. So, from the Vyutpatti standpoint, the word Atma also is used in the same sense. Is used in the same sense. What sense? The Pratyak. That's why Bhashyakara quotes from the Linga Purana. So, Atma is Pratyak iti. The same sense. Pratichi arte. Even from the standpoint of Utpatti, for that, he quotes from the Linga Purana. Then, continuing the next line. Smarana means remembering. Okay, what is remembering here? Remembering this smriti. Smriti is remembrance only. Smaryate it is smritihi. Who remembered? The rishis, the yogis. Whatever the rishis they heard, which were given, they are remembered. They are remembered by Vyasa, Charya, Vyasa, etc. Those are called smriti. So, the content of smriti is same as the content of the Veda only. So that's why it's called smriti, remembered, reflected on what the Veda revealed. That's why it is called smriti. So Linga Puranam is also a smriti. Therefore, smaranat. Therefore, because it is mentioned in the smriti, iti Atma Shabda Smaranat. So therefore, Rudi Artha of Atma and conventional meaning of the word Atma as well as by the Vyutpatti, it refers to Pratyak only, the inner self, inner content. That is what is referred to by the word Atma iti. Then continuing, Tam Pratyagatmanam
Tam Pratyagatmanam
Pratyagatmanam
Swam Svabhavam
Swam Swabhavam
Bhavam
Aikshat
Aikshat
Apashyat
Apashyat
Pashyati ityarthaha
Pashyati
Chandasi Kala Aniyamat.
Chandasi Kala Aniyamat.
Okay. Tam refers to Pratyagatmanam. Tam Aikshat, it is there in the mantra. So Tam refers to Pratyagatmanam. Pratyagatmanam is the Atma which is Sarvam Vyapnoti Apnoti Atti Iti Atma Santataha Bhavaha. All those meaning can be taken in the sense of Pratyagatma. Aikshat, Apashyat, Pashyati ityartaha. Aikshat is equal to Apashyat, Apashyat is equal to Pashyati. So Pratyagatmanam, Swam Pratyagatmanam. Swam means one's own. Once, that's the meaning. The word Swa means once. So, once Swabhavam, Pratyagatmanam, Swam Swabhavam Pratyagatmanam Aikshata. So, the Viveki, he appreciates the Pratyagatma as one's Swabhava, one's own nature. Swabhava means Swarupam. He understands Atma to be is Swarupa. Is Swarupa. Swabhava here we can take it as Swarupa. It is one's own, not nature. It's one's. That is, it's the Satyam, Swarupa. Swabhava is, compared to the word Swabhava, Swarupam is better. So even the word Swarupam also is one of the meaning of Swabhava, but Swarupam is better. Swabhava can change, subject to change, but Swarupam cannot change. So the word Swarupa will be better. I remember in one class Puja Swamiji said, it is not Swabhava, it is Swarupam iti. So Swarupa is its nature. It doesn't born. It is not born. Swarupam of fire. Swarupam of fire is Ushna. It is not Swabhava. It is its Swarupa. A person may have a very arrogant Swabhava, but it can change. By training or by imparting some values, the person can change its swabhava. That is possible. But swarupa can you change? The swarupa of the person is Satchit Ananda Atma. That cannot be changed. So that swabhava, swarupa, even in the usage, there is a difference. The swabhava of the sense organs is extrovertedness. But what is a swarupa of sense organs? Swarupa of sense organs is Atma. It is nothing but Atma. So therefore, Swarupa, Swam Swarupam, Aikshata. So here Bhashyakara says Aikshata is Chandasa Prayoga. Ikshadatu, Atmanepadi, Ikshadatu, Ikshadatu, Ikshate, Ikshete, Ikshante. And Lang Lakara is Aikshata. The form is Aikshata. So here it is Aikshata. The form is Aikshata. Lang Lakara form of the Ikshadatu. Ikshadatu is Atmanepadi. The Lang form will be Aikshata. But here the word is Aikshata. The word is Aikshata. The two things are there. One is the Dhatu is used in Parasmepadi here. In Atmanepadi, the Atmanepadi Dhatu in Lang form, it is used in Parasmepadi. That is number one. And Aikshata is Lang Lakara. Does it mean it's only in the past, not in the present? It is not. Is it nobody? I mean, nobody sees now, or nobody is eligible to, or doesn't have the privilege to discover the Atma? That question also can come. That is number two. This is Asham. This is Chandasa. This is the privilege of the Shastram. Shastram can use. So for Shastram there is no Atmanepadi, Parasmepadi, number one. And there is also no time. Therefore, Kala Aniyamat. There is no time for the Shastra. So, the right usage for us, the Vyavahara, must be Aikshata. But the Shastram uses Aikshata, which is Chandasam, Parasmepadi it uses. Dhatu is Drish Dhatu. Drish Dhatu will be Apashyata, Apashyatam, Apashyan. Here Dhatu is Iksh. If it is Apashyata, it can be Parasmepadi. If it is Iksh, it must be Aikshata. Anyway, so Bhashyakara, he gives the meaning. Instead of the Iksh Dhatu, he uses the Drish Dhatu, Pashyata. That's why he uses Drish Dhatu, Pashyati he says. But he changes the Dhatu and as well as he gives the Latlakara form. And saying that it is Kala Aniyamat. In Chandasi, in the Vedas, there is no rule with regard to the Dhatu, which one it should use, which suffix Atmanepadi as Parasmepadi, number one. And second thing is there is no regulation, there is no control of the tenses. Veda is not under control of all these things. There is no tense, there is no Kala. So, Aikshata is there. Does it mean only the past tense? No. Kala Aniyamat. Veda is above all this Kala and the Vyakarana Niyamas. So therefore, Aikshata, we have to understand it as Pashyati. So therefore even now, if the person is a Viveki, he must be able to see. The Shastram says an intelligent person, a Viveki person, who can appreciate this Atma, who can withdraw the sense organs from the external world and appreciate this Atma, he sees himself to be that, what he is seeking all through his life. He discovers himself to be Atma. Iti. So, Sahatam Pratyahatmanam Swam Sabhavam Aikshat Apashyat, which is equal to Pashyati. So, Aikshat is equal to Apashyat, which is equal to Pashyati. So, Bhashyakara Pashyati uses. Chandasi Kala Aniyamat. Then, the next line. Katam Pashyati.
Katam pashyati
Iti Uchyate.
iti uchyate.
How does the see? iti uchyate. That is being said. Avrita chakshuhu.
आवृतचक्षुः
आवृतचक्षुः
Avritam vyavritam chakshuhu.
आवृतं व्यावृतं
आवृतं
चक्षुः
चक्षुः
Shrotraadikam indriyajatam.
श्रोत्रादिकम्
श्रोत्रादिक
इन्द्रियजातम्
इन्द्रियजातम्
अशेष विषयात् यस्य
अशेषविषयाद्यस्य
यस्य सः
यस्य सः
यस्य सः
आवृत चक्षुः.
आवृतं चक्षुः
ओके, सः एव आवृत चक्षुः. सः एवं संस्कृतः प्रत्यहात्मानं पश्यति. So, कथं पश्यति? How does he see? कथं पश्यति? How does the who, that dhiraha, the viveki, how does he see? How does he recognize the atma? Iti uchyate. That is being said. Avrita chakshuhu, referring to the dhiraha, the viveki. Bhagavrigi samasa. Avritam chakshu yasya. So, avrutam, vyavrutam, chakshuhu. Bhashyakara himself has given the vigraha vakya. Avrutam, chakshuhu, yasya, saha, avruta, chakshuhu. The one whose chakshu stands for all the indriyas. Chakshu literally means eyes. Stands for all the indriyas. The indriyas are covered. Indriyas are covered. How to cover the indriyas? Eyes have got covering. You can close the eyelid. But what about the other indriyas? Bhagavan has given the door for eyes, but not for the other indriyas. So, covering means not literally covering, it means withdrawing. Covering in the sense of withdrawing from the respective sense objects. That is called avrita chakshuhu. Avritam is vyavritam. Vyavritam is turned away. You turn away from the sense objects. The sense organs are turned away from the sense objects. Chakshuhu, which is equal to Shrotradikam Indriya Jatam. Bhashyakara gives the Chakshu is not only the eye, it means refers to the Jatam, the group. Jatam means group, Samuham. Indriya Samuham. Shrotradikam Indriya Samuham. The group of the sense organs, Shrotras, etc. All the Pancha Indriya. So, Indriya Samuham, it refers to Indriya Samuham. So, turning away the Indriyas from what? Ashesha Vishayat. Vishayat. Vishaya is Indriya Vishaya, sense objects. Ashesha means not leaving anything, from everything. There is no Shesha. Shesha means Baki, left out. Ashesha means completely, totally, nothing is left out. From all sense objects, all the sense organs are covered or withdrawn or turned away for whom? That person. Yasya saha avrita chakshuhu. The one whose indriyas are turned away or withdrawn from the sense organs, from sense objects, from all sense objects. That is the meaning of the word avrita chakshuhu. Ashesha vishayat, important. From all sense objects. From all indriya vishayas, indriyas are turned away for whom? That person is avrita chakshuhu dhiraha iti. That person is dhiraha. It means the person is yasadana chatushtaya sampannaha. He has got dhamma. He has got dhamma, he has got shama, he has got vairagya. Therefore, he is available for himself. He has got a lot of time for himself. He can do self-enquiry, he can do self-analysis. When the mind is outgoing, then what self-enquiry he can do? So, therefore, he enjoys a lot of inner luxury, inner leisure. That person is avrita chakshuhu. Next line we will read. We will read in the next class. We stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
धन्यवाद जी।
धन्यवाद।
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಅಜ್ಜಿ.